So the second half gets underway, and we really are looking forward to what unfolds here. First of all, it's Kevin Martin, the left half back. Whipped back in there by Liam Simpson. Dennis Byrne trying to make that his, unable to contain it. But it's going to be a Kilkenny sideline ball. Kilkenny side that has yet to lead Offaly in this match. PJ Delaney is waiting inside for it, and it's going to be Bill Hennessy to hit it. Kilkenny's captain gets good length into it, in towards Eamon Morris. He hasn't a shot on goal so far. Likewise DJ Carey. John Power here. They're all waiting for it. John Power trying to keep it moving inside towards PJ Delaney, still causing a few problems. Kevin Martin, that's great defending. Out as far as Johnny Pilkington. Dropped by Liam Keown, tries to recover. Pressurised by Joe Dooley. Keown now. Having difficulty just getting it up onto the stick. That a tribute to the incessant rain we had here. Eamon Morrissey across neatly towards Dennis Byrne. Good save here by David Hughes. Something of a miracle this match has been played at all, considering the dreadful, dreadful rain we had. And we ourselves here, the television coverage, have had problems just trying to keep the cameras going because the rain getting into everything. Liam Keown now, nicely up there. Dropped by Kevin Kinhan for once. First hint of hesitation there. David Hughes back out to assist his fullback. Towards Johnny Dooley, that's a great catch against Willie O'Connor. Dropped down well there. Everybody waiting for it. Pat O'Connor trying to take it up on the stick in glue pot conditions, looking for assistance. Comes out here towards Billy Dooley, and he puts it over the bar. A second point indeed for Billy Dooley, and he's happy, yahooing it there in the Hogan stand. Billy encouraging the others, talking there to Michael Dignan, who's full forward, as Offaly have a 3-point lead. That's broken down there by Johnny Pilkington. Adrian Ronan, who's had 4 shots at goal in the first half, kept it moving inside. Eamon Cregan in the background there with the linesman Pat Delaney of Laois, feeling it should have been an Offaly ball. But the decision going Kilkenny's way. Taken quickly to Bill Hennessy. Dropped in and dropped to the left. First wide of the second half. That's a 6th wide in all for Kilkenny, and 5 wides from the first half for Offaly. Big occasion once again this for David Hughes. Getting great length in it. Down towards Eddie O'Connor. Michael Phelan back there. Across towards Adrian Ronan. Batted out there by Brian Wheelahan. Johnny Pilkington for Offaly, keeping it moving down the line towards Billy Dooley, causing a lot of problems for Liam Simpson. Over towards Joe Dooley. Joe tried to make progress. Eddie O'Connor juggling it up. It comes to Liam Keown. Really, it's so hard to get any kind of latitude here. Once again, Michael Dignan whipping on it. Comes back out towards Johnny Dooley, and that's gone left once more. Well, you'd have heard the mentors say that they weren't pleased with the way the chances were being taken. Offaly were happy enough, but Kilkenny feeling they could have taken a few more chances. Dáithí Regan lets it drop down. That's just enough for Michael Phelan. Had the space to knock it forward towards Dennis Byrne. Byrne been overshadowed so far by Shane McGuckin. Johnny Dooley, the champions really wanting to hold on to their title. Having got past Wexford, that's John Troy high around the neck there of Eddie O'Connor. And the referee with the notebook out hadn't much option really. And so a second Offaly player going into the notebook. Not much hesitation on the part of Dickie Murphy for this foul here on Eddie O'Connor. Pat O'Neill has taken the free. Dropped inside, still going forward. David Hughes here, making his clearance under pressure. Didn't get great length into it. PJ Delaney defends himself well against the challenges from the Offaly backs, but then he miscues his chance. A real misdirection. And so 3 points still between the teams. Johnny Pilkington lets it drop down. That's Johnny Dooley back there with Willie O'Connor. Now Brian Wheelahan, such a stylish performer. Inside towards Billy Dooley. Willie O'Connor just about getting it away, but it's so difficult, and it's out with Adrian Ronan. Dennis Byrne. Here's John Parr. And down by the sideline this afternoon, in the sopping rain, our sideline reporter is Marty Morrissey. Marty.
Thank you very much, Ger. Well, just another positional switch by the Offaly selectors. Pat O'Connor has gone back out to the corner. Michael Duignan is now back at full forward.
So back with the action from the sideline. Pat O'Neill takes it up here and kicking it forward. But back there strongly is Johnny Pilkington. Billy Dooley trying to take it around. Eddie O'Connor has also dropped the hurley. Kilkenny may not have a senior football team, but they're playing football right here with it. Here's Pat O'Neill. And steps in over the sideline. Pat Delaney vigilant over there, the linesman. Nice bit of skill here by Pat O'Neill, a bit unusual in a hurling match as he takes it away. And off he went. The face of Johnny Pilkington, the Burman. That's cut in delightfully, but tight enough nonetheless. Prodded out there by Pat O'Dwyer. Liam Simpson following it up. Stopped by Johnny Pilkington again. Nice sidestep here by Doughty Regan, steadying himself, dropped low. And is it a goal? It is! Michael Walsh deemed to have stepped inside the line, and Doughty Regan's shot counts as a goal, the first of the match after 7 minutes of the second half. Offaly won 6, Kilkenny 3 points. Well, a fair debate going on there in the Kilkenny defence about that one, but the goal stands. A real uplift here for Offaly. Watch it again. It was bouncing off the chest there, and it dropped in, the umpire decided, much to the consternation of Michael Welsh. Difficult to be absolutely sure from here, I have to say. But the umpire was right on the spot. So now, what a lift that will give the underdogs, but the All-Ireland champions nonetheless. Not for nothing are the All-Ireland champions. Brian Wheelahan down towards Pat O'Connor, stopped by Pat Dwyer. Johnny Dooley trying to pressurise, spills loose, Willie O'Connor in there. Pat Dwyer trying to get it away. It's a real state of consternation for the Kilkenny backline. Problems, but this particular problem solved by the clearance by Liam Keown. Kevin Kinahan has kept DJ Carey well and truly out of this match. Here's Adrian Ronan, racing for possession as well as Brian Wheelahan. The league champions from Kilkenny are in a real problem, and we're only 9 minutes into the second half. Scores few and far between. And just to confirm the scoreline right now, it's 1-6 to 3 points. Offaly leading by 6 points. That's Willie O'Connor once again resorting to the boot. Dennis Byrne beaten for it. Joe Dooley trying to make it his. Did well to dispossess Liam Keown. Michael Duignan getting it out as far as John Troy, the centre forward, troubled with a calf injury. Billy Dooley let it beat him. Pat O'Neill trying to get close, trying to make a challenge, but he can't deny the number 15 getting what is his 3rd point of the match. Raptures for the crowd here. A joyous scene if you're an Offaly fan, as it's 1-7 to 3 points. 3 from 3 for Billy Dooley. That's 3 chances he had, 3 points he's taken. Great corner forward play. Brian Wheelahan now getting the measure easily there of Bill Hennessy. Down towards Billy Dooley again. John Troy knocking it forward to himself. The ground stroke. That's a wonderful point. John Troy's first. The Offaly fans now, I think, fully believing that the critics got it all wrong. There's an Offaly player down injured as we admire that score there by John Troy. That's Billy Dooley. And once again, the medical officer called into action here. But that was a superb point by John Troy. And I think an object lesson for all youngsters playing the game, that when you knock the ball ahead of you like that, have the confidence to hit it on the ground as John Troy did there. Billy a little sore. Michael Welch even sorer, I think, at this stage, because his side trail. Bill Hennessy knocking it down for PJ Delaney into space towards Eamon Morrissey. And Kilkenny simply have to get decent ball into Morrissey and DJ Carey, and they have got to get their shooting sticks going. Morrissey steps out over the end line. It's wide. It's going to be a puck out for Offaly, the defending Leinster and All-Ireland champions, who brought huge crowds here once again, as they always do, to Croke Park. A dry ball given to the smiling David Hughes from St. Rina's in Banagher. Still a misty afternoon right now, but after the bolts of lightning and the claps of thunder earlier on, this isn't too bad. Again, Eddie O'Connor has lost the stick. Liam Cohen's shot partially blocked. John Parr trying to keep it moving inside. Hubert Rigney, part of a magnificent Offaly rearguard this afternoon. Johnny Pilkington and Dáithí Regan now, I think, the masters at midfield. Here's Brian Wheelahan going for a rallying point to lift the troops once again. And Brian Wheelahan, one of Burr's newest publicans, gets his name on the score sheet. Real problems for the Cats, but celebration for Offaly. 1-9 to 3 points. And John Power has gone to midfield for Kilkenny in a switch with Michael Phelan. So we'll just have to wait and see whether that causes any kind of improvement in their fortunes. Johnny Pilkington again. They're playing out of their skins right now, this Offaly team. I think upset by the level of criticism they got for their All-Ireland win last year. People who said they came and they stole it. And then I think upset by the views of the critics in the build-up to this match, that they hadn't much of a chance against the league champions. But they're more than a match. That's Dáithí Regan. That's wonderful skill. Back once again to Johnny Dooley. Inside it goes. Pat O'Connor beaten for it. But it comes out to Billy Dooley, just as he did in last year's All-Ireland final, in a static position, but there to punish the passing error. 4 points for Billy Dooley. That's 4 out of 4, and it's 1-10 to 3 points. Offaly much the happier. And some further news now from the sideline.
DJ Carey has just been told to move out to centre-half forward, and the Kilkenny selectors are contemplating bringing in Derek Gaffney as well.
Well, he had something of an injury beforehand. That was the official explanation when Michael Phelan was brought back in. This is Dáithí Regan. The Cats simply have to make changes. Pat Dwyer doing well, but the pressure remaining on through Pat O'Connor here. A lazy style coming forward here confidently and knocked over the bar. There was absolutely nothing, or so it seemed, that Liam Simpson could do. Pat O'Connor's first point. There was no who coming in that time. Questions may be asked. Kilkenny with only 3 points, and we're now 15 minutes into the second half. An injury here to Willie O'Connor. Dr. Bill Cudahy, long-time medical officer with Kilkenny teams down the years, attending to him. And Ollie Walsh also out there with a word to some of his charges. And Michael Welsh, his son, to puck the ball out. But the last 6 shots have been Offaly scores. DJ Carey has now gone out to midfield. Pat Dwyer. Oh, stepping near the sideline, but the linesman was in the perfect position for it. Pat O'Neill keeping it moving. John Power now towards Michael Phelan, up there around full forward. Dennis Byrne. How Kilkenny need a goal badly. Well, he took a step or two too many, I think, but got away with it. Over towards Adrian Ronan. Ronan measuring the shot, but not with his customary accuracy. That is 4 wides now in the second half for Kilkenny, and 9 in all. That, I'm sure, will be unacceptable to Ollie Walsh and his team of selectors. So switches all around the field for Kilkenny. DJ now, I think, at centre half forward. And it's Bill Hennessy back at midfield alongside there with John Power. This runs on well here. And it's Johnny Dooley nonchalantly moving in, taking the score. A second point for Johnny Dooley. And in spite of the rain and the dampness, supporters here like Noel McCann there on the left-hand side absolutely having a wonderful afternoon here at Croke Park, as it's 1-12 to 3 points. Hubert Rigney drops it down, but there's always a team colleague in there to help. They play in little packs here, helping one another, keeping it tight, making it difficult for the Kilkenny expansive game to materialise. Here's David Hughes. Liam Simpson responding quickest, winning the race. Adrian Ronan. One of the few half forwards so far prepared to penetrate. Pat O'Neill. Up towards DJ Carey. DJ against Hubert Rigney right now, after Kevin Kinahan had won the initial battle of full forward and full back. PJ Delaney now, one-handed forward to John Power. Can he put it over the bar? Still going forward. There were options open for him, but he's fouled. It was Daithí Regan going back there. And once again we have some news from the sideline.
And, well, Gerard Canis-Brennan and Derek Gaffney are being introduced by Kilkenny, and coming off will be Michael Phelan and Dennis Byrne.
So change is about to be made. Right now it's Adrian Ronan with just a point so far from a free. This to make it 2 frees for the match so far. And that, of course, Kilkenny's first point of the second half, and it's taken 18 minutes to produce. So the changes are on, and there's Derek Gaffney. And also, as we heard there, Canis-Brennan is part of the team with Dennis Byrne and Michael Phelan having made way. So a disappointing afternoon for young Dennis Byrne. Derek Gaffney played in the semi-final win over Dublin, replacing him. So there's still a bit of time there for Kilkenny, but they need a lot of scores very quickly indeed. Otherwise, the only thing they'll have to remember for 1995 will be their National League win over Clare. Johnny Dooley against the hottest of favourites going into this match. Bill Hennessy blocked down. The blocking for Offaly has been really admirable. Full of commitment, timing and skill, and that's put over the bar once again. Billy Dooley's 5th point. What a second half in particular he's turning on. Well, they might applaud. Billy very much the darling of the Offaly ladies and gentlemen as well, I'm sure. Hubert Rigney breaking it down. This time it's picked up by DJ Carey, but the referee not allowing an advantage. It's going to be a free. Well, he's had a very, very quiet afternoon, but that a tribute to the way in which Offaly have closed him down. Ronan to hit it. Low enough trajectory, but it dips in over David Hughes' crossbar. And a 3rd point for Adrian Ronan, 2 now in rapid succession. 113 to 5 points. That's an 11-point lead. And remember, Offaly were never led in this match. And that's with 15 minutes remaining. Joe Dooley lets it bounce off his chest. Comes back down towards Liam Keown. The stalemate about to be broken up here by the Kilkenny number 5. First to the ball is Martin Hannamy, the former All-Star. Annoyed at himself that he didn't have the control on that one. Kilkenny in this match with just 1 point from play. A really revealing statistic. It'll be John Power now at midfield to hit this one. Knocked away there from the substitute Derek Gaffney. Here he is again, the number 18, and the referee's whistle sounds. It's going to be a free in. So Adrian Ronan once again for 3 in a row. 2 from 3 in the second half and 3 from 6 overall. So once again, some further news.
And Brendan Kelly is being introduced by Offaly. And he's been eager to get in, and he's going in for the Leinster final.
Yes, I'm sure he is eager indeed, having been replaced at the end of the semi-final. And let's see who's going to make way. It's Joe Dooley who's moving across the field. I think for the last 13 minutes or thereabouts, the plan is to maybe even slow the game down, as we heard Eamon Cregan last week say. Just maybe to waste up a minute or so in making the substitution. So Brendan Kelly, I'm sure, will want to make his presence felt if indeed the next match they'll face will be an All-Ireland semi-final. Pat O'Neill. Stopped by Hubert Rigney. Adrian Ronan. Off and Offaly back. Well, I think the lesson of this match so far is never write off an Offaly team in hurling. Bill Hennessy. Chipped in neatly, but swept away by Kevin Martin once again, and that was Willie O'Connor who was tripped. Nothing particularly malicious in the trip, just a tangle of legs. And we have yet another change about to be made here, and so the Kilkenny number 20 coming on here. It's Charlie Carter, former underage star at minor and under 21 level, and he's gone in there for Adrian Ronan. The free taker goes, so taking over free taking duties is Willie O'Connor, lobbed in as Kilkenny make their full list of 3 changes. Kevin Martin gets it out to Daithí Regan, and Regan belts it downfield towards Pat O'Connor. Picked up here by Billy Dooley, and I was about to say almost routine for Billy, but inexplicably for once he puts it wide, and he had himself settled down there neatly. Perhaps he had just too much time. And confirmation then that Charlie Carter has come on there as Kilkenny's final substitution for Adrian Ronan. And about to come on for Offaly is Declan Pilkington, and he's coming in to replace his brother. So Johnny goes off, but Declan's in. Plenty of smiles all around for Liam Keown and Declan Pilkington. And Johnny Pilkington, I thought one of the stars of the match, perhaps flagging a little bit. And perhaps they need just to energise their midfield and keep it moving. That's Charlie Carter keeping the ball moving inside towards Canis Brennan. Trying to dart forward against Kevin Kinahan. And back there is Brian Wheelahan. Took it in one sweeping movement. Downfield it goes. Liam Simpson broken up by Johnny Dooley. Here's Declan Pilkington. The race here won by Pat O'Dwyer, and then having the vision to pick out Eddie O'Connor. Bit of work to do, and takes too many steps indeed as he's taking that bit of work. Brendan Ward there, and Eamon Cregan, the county board chairman and the team manager in Offaly, and all of the selectors, including Joachim Kelly and Andy Gallagher. You can be sure they're absolutely delighted right now. They keep the pressure on. Because Kilkenny did not advance quickly enough, there's a 13-metre penalty in the sense that the ball has been moved forward and added 13 metres. 10 minutes left. And after all the rain, it's been raining points in there on the Kilkenny goal, as Johnny Dooley puts it over the bar, his third point. And Johnny Dooley there with frees at least 2 out of 2, and 1 from play as well. Liam Keoghan. Kilkenny realising now that it's all down to a miraculous last 10 minutes, and I do mean miraculous. Charlie Carter. David Hughes coming out, he's left it behind. Or was it deliberate? Certainly seemed to touch him, and it's gone for a 65. So a 65 which is about to be taken by Pat O'Neill. Pat with a point from the first half from a free. This time again lobbed in as you'd expect. Batted out by Dáithí Regan. John Parr waiting for it on the edge of the exclusion zone. And it ends up being a very unproductive move that yields absolutely nothing except added frustration for the Cats. And this little young fellow's made his way up here from County Kilkenny. I'm sure is bitterly disappointed and probably drenched as well. David Hughes has played with great composure with that puck out there into the half-forward line. Canis Brennan, brother of the former county chairman and former star Nicky Brennan. Taken up here by Brian Wheelahan. Back to his best this afternoon. Johnny Dooley avoiding the block of Liam Keoghan. Lobbed inside towards Pat O'Connor against Pat Dwyer. It's a brilliant, brilliant goal. The man with the goal-scoring touch, Pat O'Connor. He did it in the All-Ireland when it really mattered, and now he's done it in the 1995 Leinster final. Crestfallen Kilkenny supporters, but absolutely delighted Offaly men. A goal that's come 20 minutes after their first goal. That was a wonderful, wonderful goal, the kind of thing you don't see all that often in modern-day hurling anymore. Dropped in brilliantly by Johnny Dooley, and watch then for this reaction shot past Michael Welch. A wonderful score. Well, overhead hitting had been something of a dying art in this great game, but there's proof that it's still very firmly alive as he goes for another one. Michael Welch and his defence really at 6s and 7s. They've been tormented during the second half. Kilkenny with only 2 points during the second half, both from frees. This from another angle. What a great shot, and the goalkeeper wasn't expecting it. Well, he came back from a broken leg about 2 years ago to come in and star as a sub last September, and then he answered Offaly's call when they needed a replacement for Brendan Kelly, who was out of sorts somewhat. Well, it's a 65. Michael Welch having carried it out. Johnny Dooley adding to the Kilkenny agony as it comes down off the post this time. Pat Dwyer tries to get it out with the assistance there of Pat O'Neill. Brendan Kelly stumbling, doing well, holding it up there. Once again inside towards Pat O'Connor, struggling to turn, however. And this time it's a gleeful Pat Dwyer who gets it out to Liam Simpson, and danger is averted, at least for the time being. Offaly always busy in tight situations, always backing one another up. Players with great skill like Michael Dignan. Declan Pilkington unsure of where that would end up, so it comes back into the middle. This is Dáithí Regan, pressurised by Derek Gaffney. Canis Brennan now one of the other 3 second-half substitutes. Towards Eamon Morris, he's had a disappointing game. Likewise this man here, DJ Carey, showing great pace. Carey could do it a goal. He's dragged down and it's a penalty. For once, he got in past the Offaly backs. A sudden injection of pace, and we know just how fast DJ can be. Well, they'll have to go for a goal here. 5 minutes left. A big gap between the teams. This is an even more emphatic victory than last year, if victory it is to be for Offaly. Kilkenny got a late goal then. DJ looking for another. 3 on the line. Martin Hannamy, the goalkeeper, and also Brian Wheelahan. DJ striking for goal and getting it. With 5 minutes left and a little under. DJ's only score this afternoon coming from a penalty, but one which he engineered himself. The glove there on the right hand giving him a bit of extra hold on the hurley, and he swept it in past David Hughes. Great catch by Dáithí Regan. In towards Pat O'Connor again, breaks it outside towards John Troy. That's beautiful hurling. A winning shot if ever there were one from John Troy. The sign of a confident player. 2 points for John Troy. And Offaly leading by a big, big gap, 2-15 to 1-5. Well, it has to be as emphatic as Offaly have had in recent times over Kilkenny. I remember a very big win also in 1990 here. Scoring chances so far, Offaly creating 27, Kilkenny 19. Offaly taking 17, Kilkenny 6. And taking possession is Kevin Kinahan. Not such a long clearance. Referee has blown the whistle. It's going to be a free in. Bill Hennessy here and Michael Dydon looking like they want to get on the Chris Collins Eubank bill in Páirc Uí Chaoimh in September. Brian Wheelahan, nicely downfield, just taking the pressure off his own backs. Liam Simpson to Pat O'Neill. After Kilkenny had started so promisingly. This is taken by DJ Carey, and there's another goal here for him, surely. Snapped up delightfully. 2 goals for DJ in the space of 2 minutes. Well, I'm afraid the cry last year from the Kilkenny followers was that it was too little too late, and thus it's about to prove also this afternoon. This is where he got inside his man, Kevin Kinahan, for once. What a pity they didn't do this much earlier in the half. This goes on towards Brendan Kelly. Now Michael Duignan trying to finish in convincing fashion. Michael Duignan's 3rd point. All of them from play, 2-16 to 2-5. I think he's just about had 3 chances as well. Eamon Cregan, I think, telling his side to take it nice and easy now. Almost there, 2 minutes to go. Once again, it's PJ Delaney, the hero against Galway in the 1993 All-Ireland, spotting that John Power is totally unmarked in a right half-forward position. Now into the right corner. Came off a stick there. And I'm not sure that the umpire is certain of it. He's given it wide, and I think he's got it right. I think it did go off DJ Carey's stick. Not the cross there. Celebrations are already starting. The Offaly fans, just like the Clare fans last week, I think, thought that the game was all over with the last whistle. They're ready to come in and invade Croke Park from the new stand over there, which looks so magnificent. Brendan Ward, the chairman there, trying to keep order, making sure that the exuberance is controlled. That's batted out towards Johnny Dooley. So near the sideline, it's Billy Dooley who keeps it moving inside towards John Troy. Troy, who really has tormented Pat O'Neill in the second half, has put it wide. Or Brendan Kelly, I should say, who hit that last one. But certainly John Troy will be happy enough with his own performance in spite of the calf injury that he had going into this match. Dáithí Regan on towards Johnny Dooley. Inside towards Pat O'Connor, and John Troy racing inside for it. Broken down towards Billy Dooley. Offaly's forward still playing on with the kind of eagerness that you'd expect if the match was still in doubt, as Brendan Kelly it is, and no doubt about his identification this time, puts it to the right. So almost into injury time. After the horrendous weather conditions, it's settled down to a rip-rousing first half, but no doubt about the Masters in the second 35 minutes. Offaly, the champions, prepared to confound all the critics who said they hadn't a ghost of a chance. And DJ's trying to come in for a hat-trick. Cross towards Eamon Morrissey. Nice pick up here. Wanting to finish in some style. John Parr, and David Hughes lets it go off his leg. It's got to be a 65. But we're well into injury time, and Eamon Cregan is back there behind the Offaly goal. It was a very menacing run once again there by DJ Carey, and just for a moment there it seemed like he was in, as in the league semi-final, for a third goal. So the Bob O'Keefe Cup about to be retained by the Leinster and All-Ireland champions Offaly. Not too much doubt about that. Right now they lead by double scores, by 11 points. Pat O'Neill to lob it in. It's taken by Michael Duignan. It's all over. And Offaly are once again the Leinster champions. Champions for the 9th time in all. Denying Kilkenny a 56th title. Dáithí Regan, one of the stars. And stars they certainly had. Well, Pat O'Connor got a wonder goal there in the 27th minute of the second half. How happy, how elated he is. They wrote Offaly off at their peril. And if DJ and his colleagues believe the critics, well, I'm sure next year they'll come in with a fresher look at the way the game is sorted out here in Leinster. And it's certainly sorted out with tough, tenacious hurling and skillful play as it finishes here in Croke Park. Offaly 2-16, Kilkenny 2-5.
Coming down later on third and run our captain, Johnny Pickett.
Albert Fallon, the chairman of the Leinster Council, presenting the cup to Johnny Pilkington. Already he's taken the club trophy, now the Leinster, and the All-Ireland beckons. Who can tell?